Become a patron.
Go there. Become a patron.
Absolutely.
What are you waiting for? What are you doing?
Head over to thetapeneverlies.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, class is now in session. X's with the O's starts now.
This is your guy, Draft Dr. Phil, and if you're not a patron, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Right now, we're going to give you a little taste. We're actually live on our patron side. We're going to give you a little taste of what the Chicago Bears are adding to their roster at left tackle in the competition there. We've watched Alexander Wilkinson. Elijah Wilkinson, thank you. We've watched Elijah Wilkinson dominate there this past weekend and give you some real hope, as Gary Williams has said. Tevin Jenkins is an unknown. There's a mystery. There's this weird dynamic going on that none of us know. However, the Bears go out and sign Jason Peters. And if you're not a patron, you're missing out on this. Although we are live going right now here on our patron side with our guys, my dad, Coach Ottochian Sr., and our guy, the king of the telestrator, George Bayless, a.k.a. Bearlissimo. What is going on today? I'm trying to sell this. Here we go. So here we go. Live for $7 a month. This is the kind of stuff that you get on the patron side. Now, George, big signing here. What are you thinking? Here he is in year 2020, right, George?
This is 2020, and it's against the Rams, so a pretty good defensive front that gave us all sorts of fits and problems with the walrus that is known as Leno, that is now Washington football team's problem and not ours. But here's Jason Peters, 39-year-old man going against, I think, is it Brockers there, number 19?
Yes, that is Brockers.
So Halapoli Vitae there. What I want you to do is to look at the footwork. So in terms of the position, this is very Coach Castillo in terms of foot slightly pointing out, foot pointing towards the guy that you've got. Okay, so we're zoning left. You can see left as we're looking at the offense is going to the right. Zoning. You see him getting across. So what you want to see on a zone is get your head to the inside and your shoulder in the chest of the guy in front of you. What do we actually see him do? Gets his head to the inside, gets his shoulder, and now he's got one arm across that arm bar that he's got across the front of Brockers, driving him 1 yard, 2 yards off the line of scrimmage, 3 yards off the line of scrimmage.
And
now we see a cutback. Look at the position.
Yes. Look at the tenacity, the athleticism.
You're now giving the running back a one-on-one, on pursuit, guys. I mean, really, David Montgomery cuts this up, beats this guy, destroys him, spins around, comes down. But this is Sanders. But
That's true.
Peters is here. Let's watch Peters. On Brockers, who's definitely not a bum. He's a good player.
Well, I mean, how many years is Peters in the NFL, George? How many years? Huge.
17? Something
17
like that.
or 18 years. Big
17.
signing for the Chicago Bears. Jason Peters. We're breaking him down here on X's with the O's. We got me, my father, Coach Ottochian Sr., the Hall of Fame coach here in Connecticut, and your guy, Bearlissimo. You guys know him all over the social media right here on TTNL. This is live stuff, live breakdowns, not rehearsed, scripted.
We do them at half times. We do them at half times of preseason games for our patrons. We go live after the show with breakdowns.
Exactly.
So much value. And Draft Mob is another one where we do it with collegiate players as well, Phil. So that's plenty of this.
We've done it all. We're going to give you a little taste. This is going live on our YouTube channel to give you a little taste of this. I don't know why I have that brand up there, but I apologize for that. I'll fix it. There it is, TTNL. Here we go.
So here's our 17-year vet against some bum with number 99 on his back. I don't know who he is, but I've heard he's pretty good. You see the safety come up cheap for a little look inside. So you're
18 years, George. 18 years experience.
So what we're doing is we're leaving him ISO'd on Donald, which means Peters has got the outside linebacker. In terms of watching the feet, toe tap with the outside foot, inside foot, heel toe, foot in the floor, heel toe, pushing back, driving with this foot, steering with that foot. Look at the position, patience with the hands, patience with the hands. Let the defensive end flash with the inside hand first, pull your hand away, make him miss. Now you get control.
It's like he's done it before, George.
Yeah, it almost looks like this guy knows what he's doing. He's been pretty well coached.
He's tall too.
Oh, he's a big man. Former tight end. You remember Juan Castillo went out of his way to speak up to get him traded to Philly from Buffalo. No one drafted this guy because he was a tight end, a second or third team tight end at Arkansas when he was coming out. I remember it like it was yesterday, and the combine, and you see this athleticism, and there was talk of him going to the offensive line. You could just see this guy has the natural athleticism to play left tackle. And here he is lined up against the best, maybe second best defender in football. Depends on who you're asking. You know, to me, Khalil is the best.
So 0, 2, 5 techs, pretty good ones. Brockers and Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald, yeah. So he's a pretty good player, so I've been told.
Pretty good, you know.
Yeah. So at least we're going to get a double this time. But in terms, again, positioning, you see, actually getting some movement with Aaron Donald off the line of the scrimmage and stalemating him. There's not many teams that can actually do even just stalemate this dude.
Exactly.
So just getting his hands inside, just got control of him. Yeah, you're not going to push him off the line of scrimmage because he's strong as hell, but he's going nowhere.
This is year 17 for him. He's playing on this video. This is a 17-year veteran. Again, only having issues with injury. That's the thing that concerns you.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all loved what we saw in Wilkinson over the past weekend. To bring competition is to get the best out of everybody. We talked about Wally Pipp and Lou Gehrig and how that story unfolds. What Wilkinson decides to do with this opportunity is on him. Jenkins is an unknown. Then they go out and they protect themselves, in my opinion, not only get a Pro Bowl football player, but someone who understands Juan Castillo's scheme, which is a check.
You can see his coaching. You can see Castillo's coaching in Peters' footwork.
That the first play you showed with the toe tap, heel toe, it's like a freaking Jamaican dancer out there doing the freaking heel toe. It's like this guy has such good technique on top of athleticism, and then you incorporate, listen, Dad, you know as well as I know, it's the body that gives up. It's like all of us. If I could go back and be a 17-year-old running back, I'd be 10 times better than I was then, but I can't with my body because I can't bring that. So that's the thing you worry about. The guy's knowledge and strength are there, and I can't wait to see what this guy brings to the competition there.
What he buys us is his veteran. I mean, we've got two really good tackles that we drafted in both Borum and Jenkins. I mean, Obviously Jenkins has got whatever he's got going on, but in terms of teaching Castillo's technique and the value of it, what better guy than Jason Peters? And here he is.
Yeah, so you get one of these guys. You get a guy like Jason Peters, and you're able to have him be in the room teaching Jenkins. If this is a mental thing for Jenkins of, I don't know if I could do it, whatever it is, you have a veteran in there. That's a positive to me. Someone as good as this. I mean, he's the same kind of athlete, George.
Yeah, so in terms of footwork, zone step to the outside. See that left foot pressing?
Oh, my God.
Left foot pressing, right foot now coming across the line of scrimmage. Good drive position. You see he's keeping his hips low, but his shoulders towards the line. What I love is the patience of that right arm. So he's coming in with the left arm to the shoulder pad.
Exactly.
He's just waiting with that right arm to watch the other guy flash. Now he's got control of the elbow. Now he's expressing it, chopping that hand down and away. He's got my pads. I'm going to chop that hand down and away and replace.
Look at that.
Replaces. Gets inside, pushing him off. Replaces. I mean, the thing is, you're not going to get him 10 yards downfield. But in the, sort of between here and here, he dominates. We're not going to get him sort of pulling, going out on screens 30 yards downfield. That's not what he's going to give you. What it's going to give you is the right footwork, the right positioning, and the right techniques every single time off that line of scrimmage.
And you
that's
don't lose
crucial.
And you don't lose your toughness with age.
No, that's for sure.
Exactly. There's another point. Great point. You don't know what you're going to get with a 23-year-old, Mike. That's what we're trying to tell you. This was the same kind of argument people were worried about Julius Peppers. It wasn't Julius Peppers, age or anything. The guy's a dominant freak. It was his effort. Then he goes to Green Bay, made great effort, right? We all got pissed off at that. This situation is on Mr. Jason Peters. Because to my dad's point, this guy's a competitor. He ain't coming. An offensive lineman isn't coming here to sign with the Bears to go in there and just loaf. I pointed it out on BHL about the great Olin Kreutz talking about, we got Orlando Pace. We just got Orlando Pace with 3 flat tires. The doctors have to do their part in order for him to sign. They're doing that. Jason Peters, the football player, the athlete, the man-child, you're not going to see him as Chris Price is saying. You ain't seeing him doing the walrus technique laying on the ground. This guy is a competitor. And if anything, and I want to make this point very fucking clear to the troll and the blog boys and all these other people that are going to be negative. There is no negative about bringing a consummate professional into your locker room that has a young quarterback and 2 young tackles. We'll even throw Wilkinson in there as well, being a younger guy, to learn behind a guy that's done it and done it at the best level as a Pro Bowl elite tackle. That's a positive signing. I remember Reuben Brown is all done. Reuben Brown's all done. So
there's the value.
There you go. I read an article today about how Peters coached his teammates from the couch while rehabbing. He texted the assistants to tell Vitae that he was oversetting. This is exactly. This is my point being made by one of our amazing patrons, Adeptus Serpentis. His value goes beyond his play on Sunday. It's his ability to show by example, lead by example, teach, and help these young tackles. Dad, you love Larry Borum more than anybody. You said he's the best one in the draft. We have him. He's coming back off of concussion protocol, right, George?
Very soon, yeah.
So
very soon.
And then you got Tevin Jenkins. That's like a UFO right now, an unsolved mystery. I don't know what's going on with Tevin. So to bring him in here with Wilkinson playing really well, I just think it's a good move. And I don't praise Ryan Pace a lot, but to get our guy Ogletree, to get this guy Jason Peters, Mike Pennell, some of these late signings.
For these people that are watching this live on YouTube, if you do subscribe via www.thetapeneverlies.com and become a patron, you'll see the show that we've literally just done, where we broke down game 1 of the preseason.
Exactly.
And you see the value of the depth guys, particularly the defensive line and the offensive line, even 3rd and 4th stringers that are coming in and really playing with great technique, great effort, and a level of athleticism we haven't seen on a roster as a whole for us. But I mean, the reason why I chose this tape, Phil, is because we had Fitz trying to block the Rams front. And yes, Charles Leonard was available, but he was available to just basically let people run straight past him to the inside of his right. He couldn't block to the right to save his life. He was at best able to wash people outside on his best day, and there was no push from him ever. We've already seen by Peters. I mean, look at that. Look at his kick slide. Coach, talk to them about this kick slide.
Look at how
he's look at that explosion backwards for a man that's over 350 pounds.
He's got to be at least 345.
I
don't know. He probably is 350.
The edge is trying to get him inside. Watch him post step inside. Yeah, he's lost some ground. But he squared him.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible. Really,
look at that.
He's something to watch.
Now, PFF is going to say, there's a pressure here. But again, this is a 3-step drop. One,
the-
two,
the-
three.
The point is, I mean, Wentz can do that. At the end of the day, yeah, he gets
To be able to
inside the
kick slide, get
he squares
inside
it.
pressure and control. Let's see what he does post contact here. That ball's out. He continues to push him, but this guy at left tackle for you. Oh, good. We get a coach's angle. You wouldn't have seen that. You would have saw Charles Leno fall ass over tea kettle back into the fucking quarterback. That's what would happen.
Look at the depth on that first step. And just toe. And his
Heel
foot's dragging.
toe.
The
It's
inside
the
foot
making
dragging.
way.
You see him square and pivot to get square to the rush. Look at that left hand again being patient with the right. Look at that hit.
He's actually attacking him too.
Exactly. Mirroring. Look at
tremendous.
him mirror.
An offensive lineman being offensive. Who'd have thought? I mean, did we ever see this from Leno?
No. He even mirrored back, Dad. Watch. He attacks, to your point, mirrors back. Squares, you ain't getting to my quarterback. To have this kind of athleticism.
I got to tell you something. From a psychological point of view, when you get a guy like that to come to the Bears, he's got to believe that this is a championship caliber football team.
Mm-hmm.
The reason he's saying that because the news from the Bears, the players themselves, are saying this kid is for real. They're talking about their quarterback now.
Justin Fields.
And all of a sudden, many people want to come to the Bears. There's no doubt in my mind that that's happening.
It's a great point. Something we've talked about. Shane, the smartest man, has said it. Once he was drafted, you could tell the energy of everybody in the league, as well as the Bears themselves that were being free agents, including Allen Robinson. The energy, as well as our guy Eddie Jackson, was just different. And I 100% agree. Juan Castillo himself probably called Jason Peters and said, hey, I need you to come in here and mentor.
I think that's what it is.
And we need you in here. You're going to compete to start. You heard and saw a smiling Matt Nagy. Chubbs, we haven't seen a smiling Matt Nagy since he signed the job to get on the job. Maybe we saw it. I'll excuse that. We saw it when he walked off the field and they beat the Packers for the NFC North division in 2018. We saw smiling Matt Nagy. But that's the reality. And yes, my dad hitting it out of the park there with that understanding. And let's just face it, when you got a future at the quarterback position, people who want to win a championship ring are going to come. They are going to come.
Coach, I'm going to go frame by frame on this because I want you to talk about not only in terms of his body position, his footwork and his hands, not only in terms of positioning of his hands, but the patience, Coach. So just coach it up for people, just that initial kick step.
Look at kick step. Look at the depth he already got. He went at least a yard. Now he's squared.
Closing the gap.
And watch him get his feet underneath him.
Patience with the hands, Coach.
He's not reaching out like Leno. He's like, oh my God. It's just, it's
now driving. Now he's driving.
Yeah. Well, you know,
that like is about as good as
you know what it is? When you teach a guy the balance of pass protection, it's like teaching a wrestler to keep his strength in his body and his lower body. And that's what this technique's all about. You have to keep your balance and not overextend. You, like you say, don't put your hands out, because once you put your hands out, you overextend.
Mm-hmm.
So look at him; his hands are back in. But just picture yourself as somebody wrestling, and just try to imagine this. He's not committed. He's got his balance.
I mean, that patience there with his hands, just to wait, wait.
Oh my God, it's just.
And look at the body angle, and now the extension with the arms. Look at the extension of the arms, giving him a shot. Now watch him square his hips again.
And he's
going
focused.
nowhere.
He's always
Eyes on the
mirrored.
he's
Always
always
mirrored.
exactly
They're
always
attacking
mirrored.
him.
Always
Yeah, but you know something? I mean, not everybody could do that, even if they had the technique, because this guy's so strong. You could realize that. You know what I mean? He's so strong, and you can look at the girth of him when he's sideways. You see
Right.
the size of him. He's a big man.
He is a big man, a big dancing bear. There's no
You better
patty
believe it.
caking going on either with him. The patience that George is talking about, the kick slide to get depth, and the mirroring, as well as being. Remember how we used to see other offensive tackles from Jamarcus Webb all the way to Charles Speed Bump Charlie Leno? You saw extended arms, poor technique, falling
His hands
down.
out way too early.
Oh, always. There's just no patience with your fundamentals. Here is like a Van Gogh. You're looking at a Van Gogh.
I'm going to criticize him on this play because this is not a zone step. You see 73 zone step in, the center zone step in.
Yeah, he steps left.
He false steps. See the right foot? False step. So I'm going to, Jason, I don't want to see you do that. No, I'm joking, mate, because you just get position on him and then you extend with the arms. He's going nowhere, and then you get in his chest again, and you want to bury him, but you're not quite fast enough to just chase him down. But again, even with a full step, look at the strength in his arms and just being able to press him.
Well, the back is, I don't know what the running back is doing.
I don't know what he should have exploded.
He hits it right there. You get the freaking pads low, and you're into the secondary right there on the left. He's freaking dancing around like a freaking.
Happy Feet.
That looked like Louis Tillman circa 1995.
Look like the Penguin, Happy Feet.
Is this the last play?
No, I think there's a couple more.
Oh, good.
But, in terms of double team,
here we
double
go.
team with the zone, so zone block, because this is what we run zone. See him let Ertz get across the face of him by that press.
My dad talked about this all off season. Keep that right shoulder square.
And
to the next level.
That press with his hands, coach.
Look at him.
He's giving Ertz the inside. And then he goes and attacks the other guy.
He's a big man. Here's Ed, who has an obvious ear to the locker room himself. You're spot on about the players liking Fields. Elijah Wilkinson had nothing but good things to say about Justin Fields after the game, Dad. This is our guy.
Yep.
Ed Money 215. That's Wilkinson's older brother right here, a patron of our channel. That's an honor to me. I appreciate him. We're gonna get him on here because we gotta praise my boy Wilkinson because
I was impressed.
Yeah,
he had a hell of a game Saturday. So
yeah, he played a lot of reps.
Yeah,
I love that.
A hell of a lot.
So look,
I mean that's the only problem is when he does get across his face, he's just a little bit late with his hands there to the outside.
Their control, he gets pushed back a little bit,
and that inside move he gets just a bit grabby. That's the thing is he doesn't have the athleticism to shift his feet and wait once he gets flat-footed. This is the problem. You see there, he gets flat-footed.
Yeah. But look at him recover and watch though, George. Let's pull the screen out and show this play's going to the right. I mean, Wentz counted down. It's supposed to be a 3-step. He pulls back, goes to the second read, then third read. So Peters, I mean, he's engaged. He's involved. How many times have we seen, I'm blocked. I did my job. Now I let go. At least
goal
he's
to go.
engaged.
This is very nag. Yes, we're I'm not sure what the down is, but we're goal to go from the 3-yard line, and we're in shotgun. So this is very nag. Yes, so this should be very good for when he's actually starting for the Bears or playing for the Bears. Again, in terms of that zone step right towards the guy. On his toes this time. See, he's on his toes this time. Yes. Position. There comes that backside wham. How many times have we seen this play for the Bears?
Oh, my God.
Backside wham from the tight end who completely misses his guy. And,
I was just watching the center. how he stepped to get position on the guy that was on him.
Yeah,
Watch this.
Let's watch the center.
We haven't signed the
See that?
center.
He stepped front side.
Right.
That's probably one of the best centers in the league right there.
Bit of a hold. But Peters, in terms of staying square, I mean, the only thing is just keep driving your feet, keep driving
Swing
your feet.
that ass. If he swung his ass, he would have won that whole play because he's got great position.
Last play is the
tackle over?
Yeah, tackle over.
End over. Here it is. End over. Look at that bubble that creates right there. Jesus.
And he's up against a defensive back. You gotta like this. When you see a 60 and a 71 against a 41 and a 43, you gotta like your odds.
Exactly.
But again, it's a pitch instead of a handoff.
I hate that call, by the way.
Just
you get that bubble, George. Look at
You run it in there.
Run it fucking right behind. Look at this.
You're in the center. Why not just run it as a stretch, for Christ's sake?
Just dive. A belly. Just belly right there.
Right in there.
It's easy walk-in touchdown.
But it's a pitch.
We're going to go toss.
But they did it right.
Okay, whatever.
He's got it.
But in terms of stalking,
look at Peters,
stalking 54, Leonard Floyd gets a push on him. Now Sanders, I mean, where the hell he's going? I think he's got more of a sideline magnet than Tariq Cohen.
Oh my God! Cut back and score. Yeah. Jesus, you're doing a disservice to the tackle. Oh, and they don't score.
Oh my God!
This is the running back. People love this kid. I can't stand him. Get Jordan Howard in the freaking game every time.
Look at that.
Right there. You walk in. What are you doing? This is what I do when I watch film, guys. I go.
But anyway.
Especially when a running back has that. So the tackle, real quick, one more time, George. Forget it. Unless you could pull it up. Can you pull it back? Real quick. This is 2020 tape. Yes, all the way to the end. We're giving you 2020 look at Jason Peters.
Against the Rams.
We're going to be broadcasting this part of the show. We're going to cut it. Ron G, he's in the chat. He's going to cut this part of the show and put it on our YouTube channel so people that aren't patrons could know about it. This is the story right here. Watch. The play is designed to read the tackle over 26. Watch. When the tackle gives you his butt cheek and he's blocking out.
And like I said, I mean, the first thing you should be noticing as a running back is
the bubble. It's automatic. It's built in.
We got 65 and 71 against 41 and 43.
The built-in bubble. Now watch. Here's the coaching technique as a running back. Right there, it's kicking out. So Jason Peters for PFF, because the back decides to bounce to the right, he's going to get a negative, right? But the reality is right where the arrow is. You see that butt cheek like that? 19's blocking free. You walk in the end zone. And that's why you watch the tape. The tape never lies, George.
Never does.
Never lies. No. Dad, George,
great
patrons, we broke it all down. We looked back at some of the defensive line plays. Some of the standouts. We can't help ourselves to look at corners and Caleb Johnson and Trey Roberson and interior guys like Sam Mustipher. What did he do? If you're a patron, you guys know how we broke that down. I can't ever thank you guys enough for tuning in. Wasn't expecting. I told Shane, the smartest man, we'll probably get 16 guys. We're up over 50 guys. Live on a pop-up show on a Monday night, getting you ready for Chicago Bears football.
The value our patrons get.
George, it's a lot of fun. Me, my father, I can't thank you, George, staying up late, breaking it down. He's got his Justin Fields shirt on. I'm your boy, Draft Dr. Phil, and you got my father, the Hall of Famer, right there, Coach Ottochian Sr. This is what we do here. I thank you, Dad. And
I appreciate it. I enjoyed it tonight too. I enjoyed watching the tape.
The tape.
You got some good players on our team.
Yes.
on our team.
It's quickly becoming your team. That's the great thing about this.
I'm rooting for you. I am.
Well, we appreciate you.
How do you like Mac Jones, Coach?
Oh, I love him. I love him. There's no limit to what he could do.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see all these young quarterbacks grow. We have hope.
There's hope, guys. There's hope.
Yes, there is hope. We hope you sign up. If you don't want to take my word for it, take the patron's word for it. It's definitely worth the time, energy, and effort. Just become a patron right there. thetapeneverlies.com. I appreciate you guys jumping in. We'll be back keeping it 100 Wednesday night. We might have a surprise guest. I don't know, but we will be talking about, obviously, the Justin Fields stuff and all of the Chicago Bears soap opera at offensive tackle and everything. It's going to be a lot of fun this week. And, of course, we'll be back live Saturday with our coverage as well as Bears Hour Live. You patrons at halftime, like this past halftime, you saw us break down some plays in the first half, some big plays. That'll happen again this Saturday when the Bears take on the Buffalo Bills. Then we'll be live on the best post-game show, up almost 10,000 views on Bears Hour Live, the rant, the everything, all of that this Saturday. Then Sunday, we'll be back
this weekend.
Right here. X's with the O's next Sunday morning. So if you become a patron, you sign up. It's $7. Test drive it out if you don't believe it. And there you go. This is X's with the O's with our guy Bearlissimo. So you have all the O's. Bearlissimo, the Ottochian, the O's.
I got to thank you, George. That's a great job at commentating
Coach,
on
it's
all
always
this
a
stuff.
pleasure. I look forward to coming on with you guys.
I tell you, you're good. You're good.
You're
Thanks,
good.
Coach.
He is good. What else is good is the Tape Never Lies Network.
become a patron.
Go there. Become a patron.
Absolutely.
What are you waiting for? What are you doing?
Head over to thetapeneverlies.com.